This is the interview process for the final project for media. I'm Nick Waters, and this is a Corbin University student. Her name is Megan. She is going to be the end user in this project. The project that I have in front of me, Megan, is an idea for a covered area
Yeah.
for the line at the lunchroom regarding COVID and how everyone has to be 6 feet apart, and the distance between everyone leads people to be outside during the rainy season, making it even harder to wait to go to lunch.
Yeah.
So, this idea came to me after looking at some problems that are in the school right now. And after looking at some of the issues, I want the more feasible options, being the Corbin cafeteria / lunchroom area. We can't really change the food service at Corbin due to the fact that they're on a contract.
Yeah.
So, the problem I was looking into is when COVID came up, there's been a lot of new rules and things implemented that are changing the norms of Corbin in the lunchroom. Typically, everyone would pile up in the hallways and they could wait, don't have to worry about the rain or whatever. This year, you can't do that. There has to be 6 feet in between each people. So, for this project, I made a covered area. This diagram here is going to showing. There's 2 lines. Originally, I had the idea of doing single people in a group and then groups. But I figured that won't be possible. So you're not supposed to be in groups anyway. So they're just 2 people in single lines. 2 lines, 6 feet apart, 6 feet in distance. And that is that. Part of the idea I had was a tarp type material. And on the side facing away from the building, Corbin could enter in any type of designs, whatever they want, or even banners to post for advertisements for games, whatever they may want. So it won't be ugly. I don't want a giant ugly tarp cover out there. I want something that's going to look good, presentable for the campus, but also good for the end users, being the students who have to stand under there, and maybe even doing something on the inside as well. So it's more eye pleasing while you're inside. Do you have any feedback based off what I've told you about this prototype?
Yeah, I think this is a really good idea. I think it's definitely needed. I have a lot of friends, myself included, sometimes I don't go to lunch because it's terrible weather and we just don't have the time and we don't want to wait out in the cold. So this is a really good idea. I think we should definitely have it. My only question is, if you're gonna have 2 lines in here, are they gonna be 6 feet apart? Are they gonna be?
So I have not gone in and measured the sidewalk space yet, but if we could go from the wall of the shimmel all the way across, it would be a total of 6 feet gap. Like the plan would have 2 lines being a 6 foot gap in between. Just have to measure it out.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, that would be super helpful. Another question for you. I mean, keeping the water off is awesome, and that's usually the worst part about waiting for lunch now that it's winter. But it's gonna get really cold, especially January, February. I mean, have you thought about heating sources at all?
Yes, I looked into heat sources, heat lamps, whatever it may be, and a product like that. The only concern is safety. Just have to make sure that it would fall under regulations of safety, that it won't catch fire or cause the lines to be smaller or farther away, or whatever it may be. And also how many heat sources have to be inside the tent area, and then that would also compromise space. So it would help with the rain and also block wind. Wouldn't really do much for being cold necessarily, though.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. No, wind is the real killer. Awesome, thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for your feedback. I do appreciate the insight that you gave me for my prototype. Thank you very much.